Welcome to the One of a Kind Financial Show Daily with your host, Mike Milligan. It's Wednesday, February 11th. It's Hump Day. Today's market is unpredictable. Like your uncle's political rants at Thanksgiving, but retirement plan doesn't have to be. On today's show, we're diving into 5 smart strategies to help you protect your portfolio from the next big downturn, while still positioning you for long-term growth. It's all about balanced brains and a little risk-savvy wisdom. Enjoy this segment from the One of a Kind Financial Show that aired this past weekend on radio stations around America.
Have you ever looked around and thought, how do they afford that? You know, you got the new car, you got the bigger house, vacations, the lifestyle. Now, you're not alone. There's a phrase for that. We call it keeping up with the Joneses. The idea dates back to over a century. But today, I got to tell you, with social media, 24-hour advertising, and constant comparison, it feels louder than ever. And here's the thing: trying to keep up with them can quietly derail the most well-intentional financial plan. That's what we're talking about today: how to unpack it, and what comparison really costs. How to break free from it. Of course, I'm joined by Mike Milligan, founder of One Oak Financial. Mike, the phrase has been around forever. So why is it have a powerful grip on us? What do you think?
Well, it's powerful because comparison hits something very human. We're wired to measure ourselves against others, not just financially, but emotionally and socially too. The challenge is that when comparison drives financial decisions, people often end up living someone else's version of success instead of their own. And that's where stress, debt, and regret tend to show up.
Well, that's interesting. Someone else's version of success. Now, a lot of people might say, well, I'm doing okay. I'm paying my bills. I save a little, but I still feel behind. I look around. So where does that disconnect come from?
It usually comes from focusing on outcomes without understanding the full story. We see the car, not the car payment, the vacation, not the credit card bill, the big house, not the long-term cash flow strain. Financial planning is about appearances. It's about sustainability. And comparison often pushes people to make short-term decisions that conflict with their long-term goals.
You know, I always heard an expression once: everybody looks great from the curb. I heard that expression once. Am I right?
Well, and and to bring that into like even the times we live in today, everybody posts their highlight reels on social media.
I know. You never see the bad stuff. You always see the good stuff. People having great times, great vacations, and everything else. So let's talk about the real cost here. When people are trying to keep up, what does it actually do to their financial future, Mike?
Well, the cost shows up in a few key ways. First, it delays progress. So saving less, investing inconsistently, or skipping planning altogether. Second, it increases risk. Taking on debt or making investment decisions based on emotion instead of strategy. And third, it creates ongoing stress. Those cortisol levels build up. And when your financial life is built around keeping pace with others, there is no finish line in that race. Someone will always have more.
Yes, absolutely. The stress piece is huge. I imagine a lot of people don't realize how much emotional energy money comparison consumes. So how does he fit the one-of-the-kind financial plan into what we talk about so often, Mike?
Well, at One Oak Financial, we don't start with numbers. We start with the person. So I want to give people a little glimpse right now of what it's like to work with us. A one-of-a-kind financial plan is built around your values. So anyone listening to this right now, I want you to think about what you value the most. I want you to think about what your vision is and what your life would look like if you could live that vision. I don't want you to think about your neighbors. I don't want you to think about what social media tells you. I want you to think about what success looks like for you in Chesapeake, or you in Newport News, or you in Virginia Beach. When people get clear on what actually matters to them, whether for you it's freedom, security, flexibility, or legacy, the urge to compare tends to fade because they're finally measuring progress against your personal goals, the life you want to live.
Yeah, that's great advice, Mike. This show is the one-of-a-kind financial show. Want to get you that one-of-a-kind financial plan. Mike's going to talk about it in just a couple of minutes. It all starts by picking up the phone and dialing this number. Mike and the team cannot help you unless you do that. That number is 800-748-1838, 800-748-1838, or text the word ideas to 600-700. The folks at One Oak Financial standing by, getting ready for the Super Bowl, but before they do that, they're going to answer the phone, 800-748-1838, or text the word ideas to 600-700. Back to the show. That's a big shift from comparison to clarity. For someone listening right now who feels stuck in that comparison trap, what's the one practical step you can take to break free from this, Mike?
Well, just like I had everybody envision what they want, the first step is awareness. Ask yourself, why am I making this decision? Is it because it aligns with goals or because I feel pressure to keep up? The second step is defining success in your own terms. That might mean retiring earlier, having less stress, helping family, or simply feeling confident about your future. Once those priorities are clear, the financial decisions become much easier and much calmer.
Mm-hmm. And that's where planning comes in, right, Mike? Without a clarity, without a strategy, only gets you so far.
Exactly. A thoughtful financial plan helps turn that clarity into action, while accountability for things like risk tolerance, time horizon, and changing life circumstances. It's not about chasing returns or making predictions, folks. It's about creating a structure that supports the life you want to live.
I love that structure that supports the life you want to live. So if there's one takeaway from today's conversation, keeping up with the Joneses may look good on the outside, but rarely leads to peace on the inside. Am I right, Mike?
That's correct, Gary. And that's why it's important for people to think about the one-of-a-kind financial plan. Folks, if you're not driving right now, I just want you to close your eyes for a minute. And I want to show you, I want you to see in your mind what the one-of-a-kind financial plan is. Think right now about what you want the next 3, 5, 10, 15 years of your life to look like. Is it a beach in San Juan, Puerto Rico, or in Grenada, for instance? Is it skiing in Vermont or Colorado? Is it spending more time with your grandkids? What do you see right now? What you see is the one-of-a-kind financial plan. Because having the ability to do what you just saw is having a clear written plan in place that addresses taxes, retirement income, investments, long-term care, and legacy. I can't be any more clear than that, guys. If you want to live the life, the days you have left on this earth with clarity and not live it the way somebody else lives it, it's time to get the one-of-a-kind financial plan. Gary, tell them how they can reach out to me today.
Happy to do so, Mike. They just pick up the phone and dial this number. Mike and the team are standing by. 800-748-1838, 800-748-1838, or text the word ideas to 600-700.
This has been the One-of-a-Kind Financial Show Daily with your host, Mike Milligan. I hope you've enjoyed these segments from the One-of-a-Kind Financial Show with Gary Nolan and I need to give you a reminder, and that is that I am an investment advisory representative with Advisory Alpha LLC, member SEC. Ideas by Mike doing business as One Oak Financial is an unaffiliated entity of Advisory Alpha LLC. All opinions expressed by me and Gary on the One-of-a-Kind Financial Show are for education purposes only, should not be construed as financial advice, and are solely our opinions. For more information on One Oak Financial, go to the number one oakfinancial.com. And if you're interested more in about the book that I authored, The One-of-a-Kind Financial Plan, you can go to amazon.com to read the reviews and find out more about that book.